Welcome back. David Heurtel is standing by. Our feature is brought to you by Guaranteed Industries, reminding you if you want to stay nice and warm, although the way things are going in October, you may not have to worry about this for a couple more months. But if you do want to stay warm come the winter, consider doing business with Guaranteed Industries and Can-Air. Get yourself a brand new system and get yourself, ready for what's going to be winter. I'm pretty sure it's still going to be coming this year. Guaranteed Industries serving Montrealers since 1957, 514-342-3400. Your air conditioning professionals and heating professionals since 1957. David, I guess we might as well start. You want to start with the municipal poll results? So I know Jason just talked about this on the news. We're going to be talking to Sébastien Dallaire after 5:30. I'm not sure how you sort of approach this. I mean, the numbers are good as far as Ensemble is concerned. They're widening their lead over, Projet Montréal. But the number that really sticks out to me is there's still 42% of Montrealers polled here are I don't know.
Yeah, and that really is becoming a hard trend because this is, I think, the third major poll that has come out on the race in Montreal, and those numbers are pretty much consistent, and that's very, very troubling. And also, it means that there's a lot of votes that are up for grabs, and this race has really not captivated the attention of Montrealers. Now, there are a bunch of reasons for that, but what stuck out to me, while, yes, the headline is Ensemble Montréal and Soraya Martinez ahead, 21-12 with De Crabouin, third place is Craig Sauvé with 8% with Transition Montréal. While Sauvé came out and when he announced, there was a lot of attention to it, but it's kind of plateaued. And what this is becoming for Transition Montréal is that basically Craig Sauvé has become a spoiler for Projet, his former party, because if you add up the 12 and the 8% of both Projet and Transition, well, what you have is basically a statistical tie with Ensemble. So, and also we're going to have to think about very closely about the impact of this GSN thing, because let's just say this is the first major, I don't want to elevate it to the level of a scandal, but let's just say this is the first, big issue of this campaign so far. And the story broke, Aaron, 4 days ago in the Journal de Montréal, on October 2nd. And I'm wondering if this is going to hurt Ensemble Montréal and Soraya Martinez, especially that, as you said earlier, Ensemble said they knew about the comments from GSN Online when he was a private citizen. Took 4 days to respond, and the first response said, he deserves a second chance, and 30 minutes ago, Soraya Martinez comes back out and says, well, we just found out something, more information, and now we're going to kick him off our ticket. So there's the way this has been handled. I think there might be some questions. And the bigger piece of this, and I know you focused, I understand why you focused on the Eric Allen Caldwell comments that GSN made. But what turned it into a Quebec-wide story were the comments on Quebec City Mayor Bruno Marchand, and forcing Bruno Marchand to actually come out and denounce this himself. So this is not just a local Hochelaga Maisonneuve minor story, private citizen calling out, a borough mayor. GSN, in some of his posts, said that Bruno Marchand was suffering from mental illness. And who knows what else Soraya Martinez and her team found out during the 3 hours that she showed support today and decided to kick him out this afternoon. But all of this has not been taken into consideration because the polling period ended on September 30th. Right. So we'll see. But will the Transition Montréal supporters, or let's face it, our Projet Montréal people, will they stick to Craig Sauvé, or seeing that Ensemble Montréal may actually win this, will they pull an NDP and voting for Liberals at the end. Will there be a strategic vote? Will they come back to Projet, or will Craig Sauvé ultimately be a spoiler for the Cowboy?
Yeah, I wonder in the case of Alexandre Giasson here, I mean, the statement, I might as well read it. It's pretty short, translated, from Soraya. It says, "This afternoon I received new information regarding other behavior by Alexandre Giasson. Given the nature of these allegations, I've excluded Alexandre from the team and asked him to immediately end his campaign." So you heard me talking about this, David. And to your point, will this hurt Ensemble? I think for most voters, certainly based on the fact that, 42% of them still don't even know what's going on, basically, or who the candidates are, this gets, sort of lost in the wash, if you will. But it does call into question, right, the vetting process. If you if you knew those comments the first time around, right, how did you not know? The Bruno Marchand comments are not new. Neither are the Stéphane Boyer comments in Laval. So what happened there?
Well, I think, and sometimes that's where scandals really happen. It's not the original sin. It's how it's managed. And so this is going to raise questions on how Ensemble Montréal and Soraya Martinez-Ferrada actually managed this and let this become the bigger thing. Because for example, just 5 minutes ago on CJAD, Jason Mayoff led off with the scandal, not the poll. And on all the websites, I checked all the websites, the headline on the Francophone media is about how Soraya flip-flopped. And who knows how the commentators tomorrow morning will react to that and further questions. So this is taking Ensemble off their message plan yet again for another news cycle. And so then that raises questions. And as you said, Aaron, this becomes maybe one of the first few times that a story actually punches through all the other noise, and so it's a negative one. And so Montreal voters are hearing a very negative story about Soraya Martinez-Ferrada, one of her candidates in Ensemble Montréal. So will that actually hurt?
Yeah.
In a low turnout thing, it may activate some of the base towards Projet. Who knows?
Yeah, although maybe it happened early enough because we still have a month to go
we have
here.
4 weeks.
It'll get forgotten.
And it's with 50% that don't care. This is still a toss-up. I mean, you can't say, yes, you can say, okay, 21-12, she's in the lead, but by no means is this race.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's way too early to be doing that when the number's that high for undecided. All right. David, Mark Carney goes to Washington to meet with Donald Trump. They're getting together tomorrow. I know he went there today. They meet tomorrow. But just before he gets there, Donald Trump throws in a 25% tariff on medium and heavy-duty vehicles coming into the U.S. to start November 1st, obviously by design.
Obviously by design. The Trump show goes on. Right now, he's actually going to love having Mark Carney over because the two big stories right now in the U.S. are, one, the government shutdown, and two, his campaign to win the Nobel Peace Prize with the Israeli-Hamas conflict. And so those are the two main stories that are occupying the White House. And so with this, well, he is going on the offensive, scoring points, and staying the course. I mean, just last week, you saw this, he announced that he will maintain the tariffs that are hurting American farmers. And instead of trying to maybe alleviate or lift the tariffs, he said, no, we're going to keep the tariffs, but take some of the money we're making with the tariffs and give $10 billion assistance to farmers. So he's doubling down. So for Mark Carney, I mean, yes, again, this is reinforcing, yes, he's going to Washington. He's trying to work. He's trying to find a way to salvage a deal here. And at some point, but the polls are clear, the support for Mark Carney is still solid. There's a little slippage here and there, but he's still well over 40%. And his best asset right now is Pierre Poilievre. And Pierre Poilievre today, very interestingly, with this statement, this letter that came out this morning, you're definitely seeing that Pierre Poilievre has been trying to listen to focus groups saying we need a kinder, gentler Pierre Poilievre. He's saying, well, I want to support Mark Carney, but at the same time, we're going to need results. But the polls are clear. In Quebec and across Canada, especially with women, he has a huge gender problem. Women do not like Pierre Poilievre, and in Quebec, people just don't connect, women or men, with Pierre Poilievre. So until that resolves, Mark Carney can still appear to be doing something, but at some point, Canadians are going to start asking, okay, what are you doing for my day-to-day life? And this traveling left and right now it's not hurting, but one day the honeymoon's going to end.
David Heurtel. David, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Have a great week.
The newest tracks. Let's go. New music. And the next big thing.
Always on the new music first.
Your first place to hear it all.
'Cause you gon' like it, love it, wanna play it twice. Playing now.
iHeart New Music. Your digital station for brand new drops, fresh finds, and tomorrow's bangers.
I think we need something new.
Discover iHeart New Music. Always fresh, always first. Stream now on the free iHeartRadio app.